Once when I was in a big city, I noticed a fairly good-sized group of people gathering on the street. As I drew closer, I saw that they were all watching something that at first I could not see. I ducked my head around to try and see what it was that was attracting their attention. Finally, I saw it. A man dressed in very shiny clothes with silver paint on his face and hands performing. Using only gestures and motions, he would act out something while remaining completely silent the entire time. This kind of acting is called mime. My curiosity was aroused as well when I joined the crowd watching him to perform. At the end of his show, we all applauded him, and he bowed and blew kisses and waved, still without speaking a word. In some ways, this mime makes me think of the prophets of the Old Testament. At times, they would do very strange things that would attract the attention of onlookers. The acts they performed lasted much, much longer than the mime I saw. Similarly, the people who watched the prophets more than likely tried to figure out what they were doing and what it meant. But here is where the similarity comes to an end. In my experience, the mime was performing to entertain the crowd and to seek the praise of those watching. The prophets, however, did their acts in obedience to God, for people who did not wish to hear the message and often reacted negatively. They were not entertainers, but messengers. They were not seeking the praise of crowds. They were longing for the people to turn back to God and to praise Him. What a strange thing for God to do. Why would He choose to send strange people to perform odd acts? When we really think about not only what of the prophet's actions, but also the why, it is impossible to miss the deeper reality of what was truly happening. God loved His people so much, even in spite of their rejection of Him, that He went to great lengths to send the prophets to perform really strange acts in order to seize the attention of His people, that they might return to Him. God did not have to do that. He could have left His people alone to their own sin and destruction. Yet His love for them was so great that He refused to give up on them. God's love perseveres through the most difficult of challenges. His love takes all sorts of risks to show others that He is real and that they desperately need Him. So when you see these odd prophets appearing in God's story, be careful that you do not dismiss them as weird entertainers. They are not performers, but messengers sent from a God who deeply loves His people and desires that they come back to Him.